In this next video, we're going to be joining Flowery Branch PD officers, and that's Flowery Branch, Georgia PD officers as they arrive on the scene of a shooting. And it looks like it was a conflict between two neighbors, and for some reason or another the situation has gotten out of hand to where one neighbor brandished a firearm and started shooting at the other one. And this was all due to being irritated over loud barking of some dogs. And so let's go ahead and get into this video, and afterwards I will come back and give you my commentary.
610 radio.
She's still in the house.
We're going to be arriving on the scene with Flowery Branch PD officers. It'll be Flowery Branch of the state of Georgia. They are arriving on the scene of a shooting.
Okay.
Oh God. Thank you so much, sir.
No problem.
Oh God. I don't know if she killed my dogs. I hope she didn't kill my dogs. Appreciate you so much. No, oh my God. I hope she didn't kill my dogs. Oh, you're gonna be okay. You did this. That's what we did. There she goes. Right there. There she is.
Where?
Right there.
Okay. Tourniquet applied. Hold the channel. We're going at gunpoint.
Drop whatever you got. Drop it. Come here. Come towards me.
Keep walking.
Keep walking. On your knees. On your knees. Keep your hands in the air.
And you are viewing another episode.
Get back, sir. Stand up for me.
And looks like Flowery Branch officers has just taken a white female into custody for a shooting.
Victim. I applied the tourniquet on the victim. How many times did you shoot?
2 or 3.
Why'd you shoot?
Because the dogs kept barking.
They don't need to probably put her in the car. I'm gonna go back to the victim. They're coming. 610 radio. What's the ETA for the ambulance?
They're pulling in right now.
They're pulling in right now. Just sit on your bottom.
Checking my dog.
They're all over there. I'm gonna just check on you more.
The ambulance is dripping again. She stopped it. She controlled it with pressure, but it's dripping again. Oh my God! I can't take it to tighten it anymore.
Okay.
Please don't tighten it anymore.
Okay.
Please.
You want to sit on your
Ambulance. Oh my God.
That's them.
Please, are my dogs safe? Please, I hope she didn't kill my dog.
Yeah, they're over there. I don't think so, because she looks like she just will retreat back in the house.
I hope she didn't kill my dogs.
Hey, can you stand up? I want to look at your chest.
This way, I don't have it. Can you see it? It's the right chest.
Yeah, so it's in your breast. Do you feel like you're
On both sides.
Okay. Just control your breathing.
But I don't have any holes, so maybe it grazed it or something.
Yeah.
And it went here.
Any other units can slow
I
down.
turned around real quick. Oh my God.
Slow down.
Do you know where in the wrist? Was it in the wrist?
Right here. Right, check this. Okay. Oh, it's right there. Is a bullet in there?
Huh? Yeah. Hey, wrist. I put a tourniquet on it, and she's got one on the chest.
How bad was she bleeding the scars?
She was bleeding pretty good, but the tourniquet, I applied the tourniquet, but it's, yeah, she got hit in the chest, right next, the right breast. 610, you can release the channel.
The primary investigator now arrives on scene.
The sister of the one who got shot. He told me come talk to the investigator. Who's that?
Okay, well, yeah, that's me, but you're gonna have to wait a minute. But where did it actually happen at?
Inside the apartment. Apparently the dogs were barking, and the lady later walked in and just started shooting.
If you want to step over here in that white car, I'll talk to you a little bit more. So you're the sister of the one that got shot?
Correct.
Was she inside that apartment? Are you talking about your
The baby came into my sister's apartment through the back door with a gun and said, your dogs are driving me crazy, and shot multiple times.
Okay, so your sister lives in C and has dogs, and
Correct.
she comes in.
Correct.
Anybody else in your sister's apartment?
Just the dogs.
Okay. Alright, supposedly C is where the incident occurred.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was supposedly went in the back, so let's go ahead and just pull right there at that dish. And we'll go behind it. Well, I hope they're in the cages. Go around that, maybe that chair or whatever. You said he was caged, right?
I think so.
Flowery Branch Police.
You're here, make yourself known. Flowery Branch Police. Flowery Branch Police. You're in here, make yourself known. Flowery Branch Police Department.
Where? She probably shot more than one time.
She said she shot several times.
You can see the injury there.
Apparently she was sitting in the dogs and just came in straight. Any blood or anything?
I don't see any.
I haven't seen it.
There's a shot to the chest.
That's right. Eli's there, kind of right here below, and then in the wrist. But we found a couple gunshot wounds, or gunshot to the door. She's alive. Hold on. Step over here. Let me talk to you.
Got this place.
Okay.
She got her this place. She helped her get this place.
Ma'am.
Okay, I
My
can't.
name's Chad. Our concern is, of course, she's at the hospital, Northeast Georgia. It's okay. It's okay to be angry. We just gotta relax for her, okay?
It's the doctor. They okay?
They're okay. We checked on them. They're in the cages. They're not going anywhere.
Not good with stuff like this. I'm not good with stuff like that. Because it ain't right. That's not how you solve things. You don't do that.
Do you want to go to the hospital? And I'll talk to you later. Let me get your name and stuff right quick. Then that way you can go be with her.
Can I go see my dogs?
I can't let nobody in right now. They're fine though. Even she verified it.
She came over one day on Thanksgiving, and we were playing music, and she asked her could she turn it down. We turned it down. We've never had no words with her, no issues with her. The dogs do bark a lot. We try to keep them as under control as possible. But to come next door, I really don't know. I left out and went to work. My landlord called me and said, what's up, what's happening? And I was like, nothing. He was like, somebody called and said 2 women living together, one of them got shot and shot the dog. And I'm like, well, that ain't us. I'm at work. So then I said, but wait a minute, Fonda lived next door. Them 2 are together. I said, but their dog died November the 7th. And I know that because she told my wife that her dog died. So I'm not understanding why would you do this because of some dogs barking. If that's the case, then talk to her like you've been talking to. I'm not even understanding. This is...
Okay. Alright, well that's all I need right now. What we're gonna do now is the apartment's shut down. We're gonna do a search warrant. Do you want to go on up to the hospital and kind of stand by to be with her?
Oh, I'm definitely doing that.
Okay.
But why does my house need to be searched for what time they have a
Because
gun?
a shooting occurred inside there. Okay? Are you gonna be able to drive to the hospital and be okay?
You got it?
Let me get your story real quick so you can get on your way.
Okay.
Okay, what's your first name?
Alexis. I literally pulled up.
About what time?
11:30, and I walked in, literally took my purse off, took my headphones out of my ear, set the phone down, bent down because the dogs were barking, of course, to say hey to the dogs, and I felt the back door open, so I turned around, and she literally came and said, your dogs are driving me crazy. Pointed to my sister, your dogs are driving me crazy. Wow! I said, come on, we gotta get out of here. Oh my God, we gotta go. She put it on her slides. On our way out the door, she shot again. And then that's when my sister said, I've been hit. So we ran out, we came up here. I'm telling her, hold
You come out of the front door? Or
out the front door.
Where did the lady
She
come?
followed us. She came to the door, opened up the door, stood out the
The front door or back door?
front door. I thought she was maybe chasing us at first, but she stopped at the front door at C. And
But I mean, initially she come in
she
the back
came through
door.
the back door.
Okay.
My sister was just sweeping off the leaves off the back door, so the screen door was closed, but the door was cracked.
Gotcha.
So she just invited herself in. And so we came up here screaming, you know, calling 911. She been shot. I'm telling her to apply the pressure. When I looked back to see if she was chasing her, she was still standing in the doorway with the screen door open. Like, what the fuck? So we just walked up some more. Like I said, I didn't know she was going to chase us. I'm telling her just to apply pressure. She said, look into the top of my shirt. I think I got shot in the chest. And when I looked at it was a hole. It almost didn't feel real for a second. Like, what the fuck? And I just kept hearing my sister say, I'm sorry, okay, I'm sorry. But I don't know how many times she shot.
So where was your sister at inside the apartment? The suspect just first walked
Right
in?
by the, in between the walkway between the kitchen and the bathroom.
Okay. So she lives there with her and Charlene?
Yes.
Okay.
And the two dogs.
Okay. I'm sure they're scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to recap, you just walked in, you come in the front door, you laid your phone on the couch, bent over. The back door, was it open or shut?
The back door was cracked, the screen door was closed.
The close, okay. So and then she opened it up and come in. And then your sister was standing in the hallway, sort of between the bathroom and right there where the kitchen
I think
is
she
or
was
whatever.
putting the bag. I bought her a pumpkin pie and like some snacks and stuff. So I think she was actually I was not in there for 60 seconds. So I think she was on her way to the kitchen to put the bag that I gave her down.
Okay. And then that's when she just walked in and held out the gun. Do you remember what the gun looked like?
It was black. It looked like a handgun. It looked like probably a 45.
Then she just shot. How many times do you think she shot?
Definitely more than once, but I don't know how many times. After I heard the first one, I just said, come on, we got to get out the house. But it was definitely more than once.
Okay.
And so once again, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another episode of Patrol and Performance. And I'm your host, John Schaff. And as you just witnessed in this video, Flowery Branch PD officers arrived on the scene of a shooting. A 57-year-old white female claims that she got irritated and was tired of a loud barking from her neighbor's dog. And get this, the lady that actually did the shooting, the 57-year-old white female, is also a law enforcement officer. She was a former law enforcement officer. It doesn't say where, but she was a law enforcement officer for 16 years. And so for some reason or another, she decided that she wanted to escalate this situation to where it led to the shooting of her neighbor. You have to excuse me, I'm looking at a bee. A bee is trying to get into I got a screen-in deck, and that's a bee trying to get into my deck. And I'm just trying to make sure he don't get in. But as I was saying, this lady, 57 years old, former law enforcement officer for 15, 16 years, you would have thought that she knew better. You would have thought she would have been more disciplined. You would have thought she would have tried to handle this situation dramatically and not to use violence in the way that she has done. Now she's going to pay for her sins. Thing about anybody being a former law enforcement officer, and they get caught up in the system to where they have to do some time. There's no special privileges. There's no special privileges at all. You being in law enforcement, and you have to go to prison. Matter of fact, you are in a worse condition if you have to go to prison because you are a former law enforcement officer than just a regular criminal. Simply because you're going to be in there with the regular criminals. That's why they are in prison. And if you're a law enforcement officer, man, you have to go through this. It's going to be really hard for you to survive in a prison unless you are assigned to segregation. Segregation, or what we call SEG, is a isolated unit. It's isolated from our population. And as you guys know, I was an officer on the street. I was a sheriff deputy. I was a police officer, and I was also a correction officer. So I have a standard knowledge of law enforcement, both inside prison and outside as a patrol officer. And so if one of these ex-officers or retired officers or former officers has to go through this system, and in this particular case, this lady, I think she got a sentence of 65 or 67 years for this particular incident, and she got charged with attempted murder and a host of other crimes. So when she get out, she's going to, and she 65 years, you got to do at least 27. And so she was already 57, so she's going to be 80, 82, something like that when she comes out of prison, if she lives that long. So when you are that age and you have to go through the prison system, and for such a serious crime, you had probably been handed down a death sentence. That person going to more than likely die in prison. And so I was saying segregation is different than population. Most prison systems is not what you guys probably think it is, to where you lock down behind bars all day long, and it doesn't work like that. At least not at the particular prison that I worked at. It's like a open college campus with different dormitories. The only thing about it that's different is that it's segregated, and what I mean by that is you have all male prison and then you have all female prison. So the two do not intertwine with each other. And the facilities are usually surrounded by barbed wires and patrol units, and also towers. You might have one tower, you might have two towers looking over the whole facilities. And so that's the difference, but it's set up almost like a college campus. So you have the population side, and then you have the segregation side of it. And the segregation side is when you're locked down 24/7, and they only let you out 15 minutes a day on the exercising yard to exercise. Now they have what you call a shower day, and they have, if I'm not mistaken, I think we would have haircut day the same day we would have shower day. So you would be in a dormitory with another roving, what you call a roving officer, and you have a cubicle officer. And the cubicle officer is the one that controls the whole facilities, the different security systems, the doors, let you in and outdoors, letting inmates in and outdoors. That's always assigned to the cubicle officer because he was in a cube and he was controlling all of these devices. And so the roving officer will be the one that goes around from the dormitory, more like you're on patrol, but you're on foot. And so I was assigned to the segregation. And so we have shower days, we have haircut days, and meals. We would bring the meals around to the inmates. And we would actually pass out the meals to the inmates so they didn't have to go to the lunch hall, simply because these inmates were classified as SEG inmates, meaning that they could not function in population. So some of these officers are ex-officers, like this particular lady in this video. She go to prison. She's going to have to be assigned to a segregation unit just to be able to keep her alive and keep her from being killed. Because inmates, they find out what you are in prison for. They find out if you are ex-law enforcement, correction officer, police officer, deputy sheriff, state trooper. And yes, we had a state trooper in Alabama. Matter of fact, when I finished this video, I wanted to look up Duncan. His name was Duncan. I can't remember his first name, but Duncan was an Alabama state trooper don't mean to get off on all of this, but Duncan was an Alabama State Trooper that actually had a girlfriend that was also an Alabama State Trooper. And to make a long story short, he actually murdered her while on duty by shooting her in the head for a insurance policy. But that's and the reason why is because one of the reasons why because he was so far behind on child support. But I don't know how I got off into that. But so this lady, she gonna have to do at least 27 years out of that 60-some years that she has been ordered to do in a state penal institution. And so if she lives, she actually be 80-something years old, and then she would serve the remaining time on probation. The chances are slim to the picking of she making it to 82 and then having to live the rest of that time on probation. But she put herself through this, and not only did she put herself through this, she actually stated that if he was to let me go, I would go out and shoot somebody else. So obviously she had some kind of problems. I don't know if she had problems with society as a whole, or just something that happened in her life that made her not care for her fellow individuals. But Flowery Branch, north of Atlanta, up 400. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia for about 13, 14 years prior to back to Alabama, so I know quite a bit about Georgia. So out to PD for a particular, which was pretty easy to be resolved, that the suspect still there on the scene as arrived, and hopefully the victims speedy. This lady, she was shot in her hand and also in her chest, and she was still up walking and talking, and like she was okay. Even though she was bleeding, but she's okay. And so I'm going to bring her into this video. Once again, we thank you for rocking with us, and we ask you if you would to support the channel, simply liking, sharing, and subscribing. And don't forget to hit that notification button so that you would know when we are doing a upload. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.